Hey, my name is Diogo, and to be honest, I'm still not sure if I will be up to the challenge. Unfortunately, something unexpected happened after 12 weeks of training. Join me as I prepare for the most physically demanding challenge of my life, my first IRONMAN 70.3 triathlon. This video contains some of the insights I wish I had known before starting this journey, and hopefully there's something you can learn too. I'll break down the last 90 days of training and what's ahead for the next few weeks of my training plan. If you had told me 8 years ago that I would run for fun, I would have left the idea. It was during high school that I began running and working to improve my physical fitness by going to the gym and swimming. Over time, I established a few main running events each year, completed 3 half marathons and finished my first marathon last year. Swimming regularly for at least 2 years, combined with getting into running, led me to always consider triathlons. It's always been in the back of my mind. Always thought that cycling is a super fun sport, much more than running at least. In my sports journey, I experienced some highs and some lows, including setbacks that were caused by other matters such as uni and family issues that took priority for periods of time. During my training season for the marathon, I've met some incredible runner friends, which helped me go further, faster, and ultimately enjoying the journey of finishing at much cost my first marathon. One of them, Abilio, was already into triathlon. I felt like establishing such a big goal while following a training plan created by someone with the required experience allowed me to establish a vision, finishing the event, while having small steps each day that would help me to achieve it. So when a friend of mine asked me if I would like to complete an Ironman 70.3 with him for our first time, all that came into mind. The answer was yes. The plan was simple: get into the 3 modalities of triathlon, follow a 24-week training plan that I purchased. I'll leave a discount code in the description. Participate in smaller triathlon events along the way, and after complying with it, finish the October event while having fun at it. Additionally, I will do a 2-day-a-week strength training program to accompany the main training plan. If necessary, this would be the first workouts to be cancelled. I will equip myself with a proper road bike I didn't previously own and got used with proper cycling shoes, which proved more challenging than anticipated. As a side note, for those like myself who are beginners, I highly recommend a helpful video that aided in adjusting to the equipment while starting on a grassy hill. I will leave the link in the show notes. Now let's take a complete look at the first 3 months of the MyProCoach IRONMAN 70.3 beginner training plan, week by week. This is what a completed week of training looks like. If you would like to skip to the overall summary, please navigate to the appropriate chapter in the YouTube player. Base phase is often compared to an Egyptian pyramid. The broader the base, the higher the peak that can be built on it. During this phase, you will establish a solid foundation of fitness throughout endurance training at low intensities and short speed workouts that prepare you for more challenging interval workouts later on. Life always finds a way to get in the way. The beginning of the training plan started exactly at the most eventful academic week of the city. Despite a chaotic sleep schedule and diet, also with a lot more alcohol than usual, I managed to complete the first week of testing. Critical speed swim with 2 minutes and 7 seconds per 100 meters, the running threshold pace and heart rate with these results, and functional threshold power and threshold heart rate bike ride. Next few weeks of training went well with additional individual and group training sessions. Every 3 weeks there is an active recovery week, which allows you to settle from the previous weeks of training and prepare you for the more intense training ahead. First month of training managed to count for around 13 kilometers of swimming, 300 kilometers of biking and 47 kilometers of running. Afterwards, I began base phase 2, which accounted for a slight increase in training distances. It went really well with almost 100% compliance with the planned workout sessions. The second month of training managed to account for around 16 kilometers of swimming, 350 kilometers of biking, and 57 kilometers of running. During the build phase, your key workouts become more event specific. This is probably the toughest part of your training as you focus on strengthening your muscular and anaerobics endurance. First and second weeks of build phase 1 went great. On Saturday of the second week, I even completed a brick session consisting of 72 km bike ride, a 4 km run off the bike, and a 2.4 km threshold effort swim. However, something unexpected happened during the third week. I was supposed to participate in a local sprint triathlon event, which would have been my first triathlon ever, but I had to cancel due to feeling unwell and with a fever of almost 39 degrees Celsius for 2 days prior. Despite this disappointment, I was able to watch my friend complete the event, which was great. Despite the unfortunate third week, the third month of the first build phase of training accounted for around 16 kilometers of swimming, 380 kilometers of biking and 76 kilometers of running. So the first complete half of training for my first Ironman totaled to about 44 kilometers of swimming, 1028 kilometers of biking and 180 kilometers of running. The total training time is 90 hours and 50 minutes, which averages to 7 hours and 40 minutes of training per week, including some strength and sauna sessions. During my training for the half Ironman Cascais triathlon, I identified both strengths and areas for improvement in my performance. On the positive side, I enjoyed the process and been having a blast during longer social training sessions. I'm disciplined and consistently met the planned workout targets. However, there are also areas where I can make some improvements. Specifically, I struggle with maintaining the correct zones during structured workouts. I also tend to overlook the strength and mobility sessions, which are essential to increase performance and form and could have an impact on the sustainability of my training. Lastly, I wish I didn't have to miss part of the third week of the build phase 1 due to a fever and feeling unwell. Despite these challenges, I'm confident in my ability to continue my training hard and improve my performance in the upcoming weeks. I have yet to establish a proper target for the event, as it is my first one, but my main goal is to finish the event while having a sustainable performance and increasing my overall fitness and confidence. I'm excited for the next few weeks of training and for the event. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video taught you something about a beginner's journey to triathlon. Follow me along with my journey as I continue to prepare for the half Ironman at Cascais this October.